Alright guys, welcome back. This is going to be a new format in which I am going to do a voice commentary over the gameplay that I've had. Really wanted to start off with the content that came after the blue portal. And pretty much what you see is going to be an uncut video of all the recorded footage. But what that means is essentially I'm just gonna speed up through like the seemingly boring parts or nothing of real value. But so far the game has been such a huge addiction of mine when it comes to being a time sink. I know that it's been out for a while, previous to it being launched on the Switch, but having fallen in love with the game almost by the demo itself, I counted down the days till it was actually released, which was this Friday, February 9th. So even though I got the game like a day earlier, I wasn't able to really explore past the demo stage or the demo content until I think the day of Friday. But here we go. The beginning area as to where I am right now, once you get the blue portal, brings me to a place where you're introduced to your first very important tool, which is the hammer, used specifically to deconstruct a lot of blocks. Very, very important, as you will. I mean, it's in the title of the game. So it's used to mine blocks, mine ores, as well as creating and restructuring your place. Good God, I'm so far in the game right now that looking back into this in my old town, it brings back such good memories. They were in dirt, but oh, here I am trying to grab all the ivy and because I needed rope. So ivy becomes rope and rope becomes straw blocks that can be used as a tile block itself or flooring, which is very important later on. It adds to the points and aesthetics to your housing. So, because right now you see shoddy dirt as walls and dirt's on the floor, so you don't want to look like you're building a farmhouse, but rather an actual city, or at least some kind of a civilization. I'm waiting for the new beds to show up. Right now we're all still on really shoddy beds here. And this is, if there's a testament to how easily I get distracted. So Gina, don't feel bad. It took me forever to actually finish that first quest to get the hammer. That's why I said that a lot of my life could have been made easier if I had gotten the hammer first.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
The whole time you kept saying, did you get the recipe to get the hammer? Why didn't you get the hammer yet? Why
Yeah.
did you die? Did you get the hammer yet? Did
So
you get the
right
hammer
now I'm still going around exploring the area because one of the coolest because one of the most important parts of this game is to get new items, because new items gets new recipes. And this is the first clue of finding whereabouts of getting the hammer, even though Rallo, the guy who gives you the quest, tells you where to who to talk to get the hammer, or the legendary hammer. So another cool thing about vines is that it actually is a rope or a ladder in which you can climb above. And then here we basically have another, just a quick chit chat of what needs to be done. And the issue with this one was that I ended up not realizing that I could have made the tools right above her, or made the straw hat, because I didn't realize that I didn't explore far enough to find out that the table, or there was a construction table right above the house, so that I could have made the straw blocks right then and there, or converted the ivy to a rope to a straw block. But once I found out about the straw flooring, this is actually one of the most innovative game designs for builders, because in Minecraft you had to destroy the floors to then actually get anywhere with that item. But here it automatically replaces a 5x5 block around your character and the floor that it's standing on. If it's a dirt block, it will get replaced by a straw block. Truly made my work as making a more uniform place seem as though it was still done by my hands, but at a much more convenient level. So I think the overall theme for this game is heavily based on the idea that they want you to enjoy the game. At the same time, they want to cater to your needs, right? It's always such a fine balance between trying to find how to give you the gameplay and what it should do automatically for you, because they don't want to reach a point where they're taking content from you. Like it's such a fine balance between finding the value in your own work compared to what would be good for the game to do for you, because Minecraft was a raw basis of a builder. You had to do everything from the ground up. There was no real convenience for that matter, other than like auto loot or something like that. A lot of the features had to be installed after the fact. I mean, it's not even from the developers themselves. It was add-ons that you had to install separately. I don't think I even turned in the quest yet. This took forever. Holy cow. Okay, I think I finally made it back. I think I got so lost in track of what needed to be done, and this is where I was like, oh my god, there was a construction table above here. God damn it. Also, another thing, like one of the reviewers of this game, especially for those talking in anticipation of the recently announced Dragon Quest, what is it, Dragon Quest Builders 2 that is being released in Japan. Not sure when it's going to be a US port. Was that they did a very good balance above what I just mentioned between an RPG and a builder. At the same time, it's story driven, but still, I mean, even in the quest itself, they remind you to put some effort into making this town yours. You'll find yourself giving yourself time from doing the quest that the people or your civilians give you, and you just put effort. I pretty much spent 3 to 4 hours today readjusting everything, or at least a lot of the blocks, because certain buildings didn't look clean, because there were certain random blocks here and there. Because like I said, the automatic features of replacing materials like the straw on the floor or the stone walls, which will come later, only replaces dirt blocks. So there are oftentimes a lot of missed or not so clean sections here. If you look up top there, you will also see 2 blocks that weren't grass, but they were poking out from a building because I was sloppy with the work. So I mean, it's not perfect, but it definitely takes a lot of work out of building a room per se, because if you had to block out the floor, it would have taken forever. You'd have to take everything out, put everything back in after the fact of removing the set flooring. It's just such a time sink. I mean, I don't even want to get started with the AI in this game. It's just so well done. It really does seem like you're creating a town for people. In Minecraft, you didn't. You get to create a town, but whether or not you had nobody else living with you, unless you had other players playing with you. But these townsmen really makes you feel like you're doing work for them, that they appreciate your hospitality, that you're building a city. Like, they theme the entire game, the storyline, the motive of the game, to make a place for your people or the wanderers or strangers that you meet along the way. Not only do you create this, this is also coming up to my first death, because I was already tempting fate by not having not eating anything or healing up. So it was just my stupid call there. And then that's where I learned that when you died, you lose at least half your items, which is not too bad. You still get your items back, and the items don't disappear until you go and pick it up, which is a good and bad thing. Good in the sense that you can always know that the item that you missed will always be there, but a bad thing because there's no trash or any real way to dispose of items. Although I did manage to discard something and not see it in my inventory after a while, so that one I'll still need to figure out how to do. Oh, so for majority of my playthroughs, it's going to be based entirely on um, self-learned situations. That's how I should judge games, by whether or not they spoon feed you the instructions, because I know that one of the best aspects of a game is learning on your own, learning at your own pace, but at the same time, it's also up to the game to really find out what's the best method to do so. So the only thing that I've ever looked up or had to look up was the fact that I couldn't find this one item close to the end. I'll point it out then, but I can guarantee you that all this playthrough is purely my first time. Okay, that should pretty much cover it because I'm already at the 11 hit mark. Uh, I really like doing this. I like recording the content. I like playing the games for you guys. I like to make this a new medium. I don't really see content in this fashion before, so hopefully this becomes a future podcast. Who knows? But I needed to get the audio down pat first. But this will be my 32nd or 33rd video. A lot more to come. Hope you guys stick around, and I'll see you guys then.